What's up, manga fans? This is Rafael from C Manga, and I'm here to give you a review of this week's chapter of Bleach 569, The White Haze. And if you can already see from the grin on my face, I already love this chapter, and I'm pleased with what happened to today. This is the second time Kubo has trolled, and even I fell for it. I'm usually the one who's kind of indifferent about his trolling, so when something happens, I'm like, it was kind of expected, or that's typical Kubo trolling. But this time, I was kind of upset, and as I said, it was similar. The other time I was upset like this was when I thought he was going to kill Byakuya, because I was kind of pessimistic about it, and I thought, no, there's no flashback, his body's intact, he still might live. But then the way it was dragged out, I was like, oh my god, is he gonna die? This was the same thing. I was thinking, great, is Kubo really gonna push Rukia aside and let Byakuya take the limelight? But nope, he proved me wrong. He trolled it, and he gave me what I wanted for one of my favorite characters, Bankai, and made her take over the fight. The fight is now hers, and it was done very well in this chapter. The character interaction between Byakuya and Rukia was very well done. It's improved their relationship as, brother and sister a lot. The artwork was astounding, because I said As Nodt just looks disgusting. He really looked gruesome and demonic, and something from one of those Asian horror films, and it makes me think that Kubo should definitely consider doing a horror manga after he does this, because his character design has always been brilliant, and his imagination is endless in that fact. So I definitely think he could do that. The way As Nodt kept transforming in this was just gruesome. But onto the chapter itself, it was more of a lesser pep talk, so there was more talking than action. And as I said, the first part that kind of creeped me out was when As Nodt basically said he eviscerated Byakuya in the first time they met. So when he was using Zenbon Zakura, he actually eviscerated his stomach. He even taunted him about it, saying it must have been hard to eat, you were slim. So that, yeah, he was pretty much on death's door, and Byakuya was very lucky to survive something like that. But yeah, this is when we find out that the fight between Rukia was really just to taunt Byakuya and lead him out, so that As Nodt could fight him again, because obviously Bankai stealers versus Bankai users. But Byakuya didn't fall for any of that crap. He obviously already knew about the whole eye technique, and he had Zenbon Sakura surrounded and ready already for the eyes to close in. So when they did, he had already attacked them. And what made me laugh was when As Nodt said, oh, it's too late, when Rukia tried to warn Byakuya, and he said, I could say the same thing, and he's already destroyed the eyes, and basically calmly just dealt with that already, so he doesn't have to worry about the fear taking over him. As Nodt was confused by this, thinking that it was Zenbon Zakura Kageyoshi, the Bankai version of Byakuya's Zanpakuto, but Byakuya was like, it's not Bankai, it's just Shikai. So this shows that the Shikai has improved to the point that it's as strong as his Bankai, for As Nodt to confuse it with that, considering he used it. And Byakuya even thanked him for that, because he's saying, you stealing my Bankai helped me out a lot, because the relationship between them obviously was strained. Byakuya didn't use it in the way he was supposed to. He even said, I've forgotten, and like he spent time re-evaluating and learning how to use it again, and even rekindling and re-strengthening his relationship with the Zanpakuto. So that's made it twice, obviously miles lengths, you know what I mean. It was much stronger basically, and it just shows just by using Shikai he's improved a lot. So I'm guessing he hasn't really improved that in terms of new techniques. He's probably just improved Zenbon Zakura's power and obviously speed and everything. So maybe the Bankai might change, maybe not, but either way it's badass, it's improved. So after that, this is when we see the interaction between Byakuya and Rukia. Byakuya's praised her mate, basically let her know that she's stronger, and he can sense a reaction, and it's like, you're formidable, and this is exactly what she's wanted to hear for years. She even was close to breaking down in tears. We even have her remembering when she first entered the squad, even reporting that she's entered the 13th squad, but she didn't get a seat, and Byakuya always acted aloof and distant from her, like he didn't care, and he was always saving her in the past as well. So this is the first time she's finally got a comment from him directly that said she's strong, she can handle herself, I'm proud of you. Rukia is his pride when it comes down to it. So it's not just no longer a protection thing, they're more equals, and that's really improved their relationship. But what else I found good was after, you know, Byakuya cut down thing, and As Nodt started to go all grotesque. His body was hanging, like it looked like his body was hanging out of a bigger form of a version of his head, and he was talking about killing Byakuya, and he's like, "Oh, I'm already gone." It's like the end. It's like, "Oh, that's a pity because, you know, I'm gone. I'm not going to be the one to kill you." And then he gives Rukia more of a pep talk, saying that fear is obviously something that isn't, you know, derived from nothing. It comes from even the smallest anxiety, the smallest doubt, the smallest, you know, fear or panic that will form into you know, fear what she was experiencing. He's basically quelled her fear, made her gain her confidence, and say the fear on his face is false. It's not fear. He has the fear is actually he's frightened himself. That is what you'll see on your face if there's no fear in your heart, which she's confirmed and said, yeah, I'm not scared anymore. I can do this. And you know, Byakuya was just there to be a good older brother. Come in, slap the guy around for bullying his little sister. Told his little sister, you're strong. There's nothing to fear. Deal with this guy. He's frightened of you and he knows it. And that's basically, and he said, yep, see you later, and he's walked off. And then, as I said, the moment I've been waiting for a long time, we hear Rukia finally utter the words Bankai. It's called Hakka no Togame, which is white miss sentence, which is very relevant to her character, obviously, because she's an ice type user. Then there's a flash of white light, similar to when Ichigo released his Bankai back in the Soul Society arc for the first time. And then obviously teaser there, cliffhanger, and we have to wait until next week for obviously to see the design of the Bankai. So yeah, as I said, I love this chapter. Kubo did a very brilliant troll, making us all think this was a rescue situation again, when in fact it wasn't. It was actually the opposite. And the only thing Byakuya did was, obviously he did save her from the fear, but he didn't take over the fight. He's letting Rukia deal with this, and he's obviously very confident enough and proud to know that she can do it herself. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen next time. I'm wondering about the design, and I think it will probably be a scythe, like the original concept art that Kubo drew a very long time ago before Bleach started, when Rukia was the only one who had a scythe and everyone had guns. And it would make sense because scythes are kind of like crescent moons, you know, at the top. And her being a white moon would make sense, and her being an ice, it all kind of interlinks. So I could imagine she's got a scythe type and maybe some long flowy kind of outfit to match with that. And the scythe could obviously help her with her range of you know, Shikai attack, increasing the range and strength for that. I think the Bankai overall will probably either give her new dances or give her new dances and extend the ability of her Sub-Zero ability of the Shikai. So she'll be obviously able to, you know, freeze things without actually having to touch it at a distance, or increase the range of her freezing ability. That's what I think, and obviously improve the strength of it. So yeah, I think it's one of those Bankais where it rather increases the capability of the Sheikah rather than change it altogether. But we'll see what it's going to be. So that's what I think is my prediction for the design and technique and power of it. So yeah, that's more or less this chapter. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week, and obviously finally see Rukia's Bankai design. And then after that, I can think we'll see obviously the rest of the Stern Ritters being finished off before we have the big battles. We still got Nanana to face Renji, Bazby will fight someone, we've got the female Stern Ritters, and then whoever else. And then obviously finally we'll see Ichigo, because he's one of my favourite characters and I can't wait to see him again, because we've seen the power of Byakuya, Rukia and Renji, and he's obviously going to be god level, and that will probably be a long way off. But you know, the way things are going now, I can wait a bit more, and definitely excited to see what's going to happen in the following chapters after this. So yeah, you heard obviously my opinions about this chapter. Let everyone know what you think. Did you love this chapter? What are you thinking will happen next? Anything you want to say, leave it in the comment box below. And if you're new to the channel and enjoyed this video and would like to find out more on our channel, subscribe for more content, and I'll speak to you guys next week.